Hello everyone. After working so hard in high school with a lot of challenges, I managed to pass so well in my final exams, and I was selected to one of the best universities in Kenya, which was 600 kilometers from my mother's village. I was so excited because I wanted to further my studies, and the fact that I was the only girl from that village, I had managed to go beyond primary school, and now I'd completed high school. I was so happy, but I was heartbroken because I never reported to the university. So, welcome to my YouTube channel, From the Village to the Netherlands. Basically, I talk about my real life experience, which is full of challenges, pain, risk-taking, kindness. I believe today I am who I am because of those challenges. And the reason why I share to the whole world, it's because I just want to encourage someone. And again, I have a big dream to start a girls' education foundation just to support the girls back in that village from poor parents who, if they don't have someone to support them to go to high school, they might not accomplish their dreams. So, by subscribing to my YouTube channel, you will have helped me so much to accomplish this big dream. So, let's go back a little bit in high school life. Remember the Korean man? He promised to pay my school fees, and when he went back to Korea, they could send school fees plus extra money to cater for my pocket money, my shopping, and everything was okay. For 2 years I'd left in high school, I completed without no stress when it came to financial things. And I worked so hard, and I remember after he went back, he came again to Kenya to visit us, and especially to visit my uncle, and also he wanted to come and learn Swahili. And one time they planned to come and visit me in high school. It was the most important and happiest moment in my high school. Seeing a white man, the other students seeing a white man coming to visit me, they had to respect me, and I felt so happy, and I think somehow it gave me morale, it gave me the zeal to work hard and to make sure that I pass my final exams. We did the final exams, and we had to wait like 2 months for the results to come. Then after 2 months, after you get your results, we also had to wait for the admission letter for those who had passed to go to universities. When I got the admission letter, we had to sit down with my parents because behind me, I had my 2 sisters who were in the last year of primary school, and they were supposed, after sitting their exams, they were supposed to go to high school. And of course, the challenge of school fees was still there. My uncle had already gotten his first job in Nairobi, and he had promised to take care of one of my sister. He had promised my dad that he's going to pay school fees for one of my sisters. So my parents were left with one child to take care of. And now here I have to go to university. It was not free. There was tuition to be paid. There is pocket money to be given. There is shopping to be given. There is transport to be given. And my parents could not afford to take me to university and at the same time to take my sister to high school. My parents had to sit down with me and they explained the situation, and of course I was very smart. I could see what was happening. And so my parents, they had to choose to take me to university or to take my sister to high school. But they said, at least for me, I've finished high school. I have to let my sister to get a chance to go to high school. And of course, I understood. And again, after looking for a job and working, I planned to save some money so that I can pay for my university studies and go later. So the deal was done. So I was not to go to university, but I had to look for a small job in the village just to save some money to enable me to go to the big city, and I look for a job. And that is exactly what I did. Remember in my previous video, I talked about a boy. When I dropped from high school, I stayed for 1 year doing some casual jobs in the village to save my school fees so that I can pay and go back to high school. And there's this boy from our village. He had a big shop, and he also requested me after finishing my high school if I can go there and work. Of course, I agreed, and I worked there for a full 1 year. I was saving the money. I was helping my parents, but it wasn't, let's say, it was not a lot of money. For me, it was okay because I could give 50% to my parents, and I was saving 50% for myself because I had a plan to go to Nairobi so that I can look for a job. And exactly after 1 year, I went to Nairobi, and luckily I had to stay with my uncle because he had his own house. At least I was not paying rent. And that was the first time for me to go to a big city. I was 19 years old. I'd never seen such a big city. So it was a total different experience. And it took me like some months to settle down and to get used to city life, which I adjusted so fast. And I started looking for a job because I had to first, I wanted, if I get the job, I had to help my parents. That is something which I had. And secondly, I had to start saving money immediately so that I can go to a college, a part-time college, to pay for myself. I had seen the dream of going to university. It was not there anymore. But I said, I'm going to save the money, and eventually I will pay for myself to go to a college. It doesn't matter how long it was going to take me. So I started applying for jobs. And remember, I don't have any certificate. The only certificate I have is high school certificate. So I was just applying for any kind of job. So on my next video, I'm going to talk about the job I got, how much I earned, what did I do with the money, for how long did I work there. And please, if this story has touched you, subscribe and like, give me a thumb, And I said, just by doing that, you will have helped me so much to accomplish this big dream of starting this Girls Education Foundation. So for now, stay tuned. For my next video, I'm going to tell you the job I got within 3 months in Nairobi. I got a job and straight I started working. So thank you.